Charlie's applying the Sentinel floor cleaning compound. Working like a dog down here. Every time I think the worst job is behind me, the house proves me wrong. I want to show you what I'm working on tonight. As you saw earlier today, Charlie's been working on the basement. We've been putting the Sentinel 747 compound down on the ground. And as you can see, it is taking up this glue. There's a lot of mopping ahead of us. Charlie has really done the heavy lifting today. No doubt about it. He's applied the first coat. You have to let that soak for a while. You have to use the scraper, which you can see over there. And then you have to put more compound down and agitate it. I had to buy this deck scrubber, which this is probably gonna be its first and last job. Maybe I can clean those bristles somehow. But this stuff is pretty gross, but it's working really well. So anyways, I'm gonna get masked up and continue working on it. Where I really want the glue out is these bedrooms, so I've put extra compound down. The reason I want it out is because I'm gonna put carpet down here, and I just don't want that tar, like this glue, you know. You can smell it, so I'm afraid if I put carpet down, you'll still be able to smell it, and I would prefer to remove as much of it as I can. Here's a good example of like how it comes up. This still isn't even mopped perfectly, but it comes up pretty good. The only problem is you can see the collection of empties over here, and there's even more than just these. I bought 5 jugs today. These are 22 bucks a jug. It is money well spent, but I'm kind of, so that's just about just a little over 100 bucks worth of this compound, and I think I'm probably gonna need maybe 2 or 3 more gallons. I'm gonna see how well everything comes up tonight. I've just reapplied and let it sit for about 30 minutes, so I'm about to really go to town. The mop seems to work pretty good for picking it up and squeegeeing it out in this bucket, which this bucket is filthy. So I'm gonna get masked up and let's see how much of this stuff I can get out. Wrapping up the basement. Charlie has earned his beer tonight. We've got everything wiped down. The concrete is mostly restored to its former hideous glory. And apparently we need another solvent to finish things up, so we'll be back tomorrow for that. Good morning, or good afternoon I should say. It's Sunday, April 11th. And the big project yesterday was cleaning the adhesive from the tile off of this concrete. For the most part, it was really successful. The main product that I used yesterday with Charlie is Sentinel 747. It's an adhesive remover, and for the most part, it worked really great. Ended up using 5 jugs of it, which was about 110 bucks worth. There's a few spots that I didn't get very good, like around the edges. So I bought 1 final jug. I'm gonna let that soak for about 30 minutes while I finish caulking 3 windows outside that just need a trim of caulk on the bottom. And then I'll come back, clean this stuff up, wipe it down, And then I've got another product. It's a Rust-Oleum concrete degreaser. Typically, this is a product that you use before you surface concrete or finish it or paint it. But it's also good for removing this kind of adhesive residue that's behind. It's kind of oily and greasy. Sentinel makes a product, Sentinel 810, that's their own degreaser. Home Depot doesn't carry it. I couldn't find it easily in the Denver metro area, so I'm gonna try a jug of the Rust-Oleum. I've got 3 more jugs upstairs, and they're about 17 bucks a jug, and they can cover 150 to 300 square feet. So I'm just gonna start with one. If it's working good, I'll go with it. I can water it down up to 50% depending on the severity of the grease, so we'll see how that goes. The final thing that I got is for the shower over there. My shower is obviously ripped out, but it's got a 1/2-inch pipe fitting. So I got a 1/2-inch to 3/4-inch hose adapter, which is something that you need for this product, is a bit of spraying action with a water hose. So honestly, I don't know why I didn't do that earlier. It'd be handy to have a hose in the house for mixing concrete and various things. So I'm gonna get cracking on this, go do some windows, and come back for the degreasing. Second coat of 747 done. Time for the degreaser. It's been soaking for 30 minutes. We'll wash it down, scrub it one more time, and then clean it. Today's April 13th. Good evening. It's been 2 days since Charlie and I finished taking out all the tiles, putting the chemicals down to remove the adhesive, and then put down the degreaser and really rinse down the basement. Immediately after that happened, it got cold for 2 days straight. In fact, freezing during both nights. The furnace has been off the entire time because I wanted to make sure there wouldn't be any electrical problems because of the water we had down there. I'm gonna go see if everything's dried out, and if it is, I'm gonna turn the furnace back on and make sure there's no electrical problems. Right off the bat, it looks pretty dry down here. There's a bit of a chemical-y smell, so when it warms up, I'll be able to take out, open up some windows and, get some fans going down here. For the most part, things look pretty good. It's not perfectly dry, but it's getting there. One nice thing about these concrete footers that come up just a little bit, they keep that base plate just a little bit off of the ground. So they still got a little bit wet, but it's better than like those boards over there, which will come out. So I'm not really worried about any of those. I'll have to redo them all because right now they're not a proper floating wall like they should be in the basement. Same for those boards over there. And in fact, same for all of those boards right there, for this bathroom wall along here. In fact, I keep saying I'm going to submit my plans, hopefully tonight, but I contemplated this a lot. Obviously, this whole area will be the new utility room, and the staircase will be right in front of it. I decided to leave this wall out of the plans I will, of course, mention that there will be rough ends here for a toilet, and then that this drain will be relocated. But I'm not going to put this wall in, and the reason for that, currently, it's a little less than 5 feet. Your standard medium-sized bathtubs are going to be 60 inches, so 5 feet. So this wall would need to get moved out just a little bit anyways. But I'd really like to get a, I don't know, I'm going back and forth. I'll either do a shower bathtub down here, or I might have fun and do like one of those like proper soaking tubs down here, you know, with the 4 little legs. I haven't decided, but I wanted the flexibility to be able to do whatever I want with it. So anyways, I'm happy that things are drying out, and I'm also happy that even though I shut the water off, it didn't get cold enough that, I don't know, like the mains burst or anything, which you can see are over there. So that's pretty much it for tonight. I'm gonna fire up this furnace, stick around for half an hour just to make sure that everything's okay. But ironically, I've got the thermostat set to 60 degrees, and it's more than 60 degrees upstairs, even though it's 37 outside. So with no insulation, the new windows and just the sun warmed up the house enough today that it's still above 60 degrees upstairs. So that's really encouraging for the new windows. All right, well, I'm gonna shut up. I'll probably see you tomorrow when I'm gonna do some more work upstairs. I almost forgot to talk about one other pretty interesting find. I never would have known about this, or probably never would have known, had we not removed the tiles. And you can see the concrete looks different right here and along here. If you'll recall from a previous video, right over here where CBS dug out some concrete and earth to put in a helical pier, remember there was a tube that I thought I could use for a drain pipe, but it didn't look like an active plumbing drain. You'll recall it was just a 4-inch tube with little holes probably every 6 inches. And there were cobwebs in it. It didn't look like it seen much use. But you'll notice this new concrete goes all the way along this wall, and then it goes up here, all the way over to here. So what is this? I have 2 guesses, and I hope my second one is correct. My first guess is that we have a drain here, and this is the drain for the laundry system. That's probably what it was intended for when I bought the house. And so one of 2 things is happening. Either the laundry drain is like an illegal drain that's draining just underneath the foundation. I think that's pretty unlikely. I think what this actually is a French drain. So I don't know if they thought there was water under the foundation at some point, or if there actually was, which could explain some of the foundation issues I dealt with. But from the little I know about a French drain, they're designed to drain water that's sitting underneath the foundation. So my guess is that that pipe over there is to collect any sitting water, and then it drains down here into the city mains. That would make the most sense. So when I get home, I'm gonna go check City of Broomfield's planning website to see all the permits that were pulled. They could have put this in without pulling the permit, but if they did pull a permit to put in a French drain or whatever this is, it'll at least tell me what it is. But just wanted to mention this because had I not taken out the tile, I never would have known about this. It was completely buried. So, and it's also good to know about this because, you know, I still want to connect, dig out the concrete over here, all the way over to that wall, so I can put a drain for the wet bar sink that I'll eventually install. And I've got a couple of options there. I could either have the sink be in an island or the sink be against the back wall. Something to think about, but anyways, just wanted to point that out.